Alright, we're back out here in public. Me and Brett's gonna go in for last time before season starts. Got my lone wolf on my back. We're gonna go set it up. Just take the sticks with us. Brett will walk in with his saddle. So we'll go up here and get in a spot to where if we're up a little bit closer, he can either hunt in this stand, or if I want to sit in here, I can. There's another stand we found out here in the woods that's been there for a long time. We're gonna go check it out. Might be another spot we might consider sitting in later. But let's have you guys follow along here. We have to walk. We're going to come into a different entranceway than we have. Hopefully, it's the last time we have to figure out how we want to walk into this. All right. So when he's walking up through here, both sides of this trail we walk in on, it's hardwood. There's a bunch of white oaks. They're along this path as we're coming up through here. Now, where we ended up setting these cameras, where we noticed a lot of the sign is that greenery. It's like a natural fence in the woods. You can see the line from where it goes from hardwoods to green underbrush. So this is where we're interested in setting a stand up. See, there's a lot of greenery. It's sitting right down low right there. As you come up through here, it's spread out more. It's more like open hardwoods. And it's mixed back and forth. So, and deer, we're already noticing off the cell cameras we have. We have one right there. We have one right around this corner right here. And it's already showing that they're traveling off of this right here and swooping back around to this side. So like our theory that we had in here, it's technically what they're doing. We won't know for sure until we come up here and sit. Now we need to decide what wind is good for us to be in here. So you figure out if we want a west or east wind. Normally you want some kind of a northern wind, just because that's usually when a front's coming through. But we'll go over here. Brett already walked over there and see what that other camera. He's gonna start checking it. I like to use lone wolves. A lot of guys that go through them use different sticks and different setups. But I really just like this. I need to get some different straps on it for backpack straps, and ones that came with it are not very good. But this always works for me. Be able to get in here. I can set the stand up. As long as I'm in a decently secluded area. I haven't had anyone take it yet. But I got the quiver, stick quiver that came with it too, and that's like a must-have. But what I'll do is set this stand up, take the sticks off the tree, and then when I come back in, I'll bring the sticks with me. So it won't be as bad walking back in. So we don't really have any natural trails through here. We just looking at the topography of the land, kind of guessing where we might catch these deer walking through here. Kind of thick still up in here. A lot of underbrush. It opens back up, and it seems like this funnels deer really well. Let's see what he has off his camera. How's it going?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, like a couple fawns, a doe, and one turkey.
Well, then that didn't work then. So, more aiming for the other side. We'll go over and check that other camera and get back with you guys. Well, looks like Brett found a black snake. Check this thing out. That's a good size one too. We was walking over to that other camera, and he just yelled at me and said, well, he just picked it up. Really can't believe it, but I got bit.
Ooh. Almost got me.
He's aggressive. All right, let's leave it be.
He's mad now.
Well, I'd say he's mad as soon as you picked him up.
See you later.
Coming after me.
Almost kept it.
Oh, I just walked into a briar bush.
Almost stepped on him.
Did you really? He wasn't moving very fast, was he? Yeah, check that out. It's a really good size one. Calm back down. That was awesome. You won't catch me picking those snakes up like that, I'll tell you that. I mean, that man. In here, Brett brought his laptop out today to try and get a little better visual of these videos. I'll go get that glare off there. We're backed up right against all this green stuff right here. You can see the direct line. It's completely open up through there. Kind of goes down over a little knoll. Seems like a lot of these deer are walking this, just right on this ridge up through there. Skirt just outsides everything. And there's acorns all over the ground. But they're almost consistently walking through here. So we're not going to set our tree stand up in here. We're going to probably go out here to the end of the ridge. There's where we have like an old scrape and some other buck sign that was out there. Try to get on the other edge of this and see if we might pick up, at least for a sit, and pick up what we need to. Did you set that, did you get the signal before you turned it back on? I'll walk up here and get that tree stand out of that path. But yeah, they're basically just scattering out through here. A bunch of little bucks, well, a few little bucks, a lot of does. Not the one we're looking for yet, so maybe one of these other cameras will show us something different. But we'll go out here and set up that tree stand at this end. There's some buck poop right there. I know.
You want to get that tree stand?
Yeah. Well, Brett was sitting there checking the camera, which was right there. And I came down over the hill and I said, Brett, there's the big deer dead. It was unbelievable. That's the whole deer we've been doing all this for, was him. He's laying here. Wonder what happened. Coyotes, you think? His body ain't that big either. He's short.
I don't see no gunshot.
Dude, that sucks, man.
Don't see no
Like
gunshot.
I am totally heartbroken right now. I cannot believe that.
I got his shed. He's not as big as what we thought, but he's 100.
150s, maybe 160.
Well, the end of that story.
And we even set the tree stand up now. I'm taking mine back out.
We got one other deer, two other deer in here. We got
There
a
is
big
a
10
big-
point, and a big 8 point.
I can't
Well-
believe that, man.
Well,
That hasn't been that long. I mean, the vultures,
yeah. I mean, he hasn't been dead more than
probably a day
3
or two.
4 days. 3 or 4 days max.
I mean, they don't got nothing but his eyeballs out.
Mm-mm.
That's just absolutely bonkers. Oh my goodness.
I knew I was like, man, I bet there's gonna be a dead deer or something right here. I never thought it'd be. Look where my camera's at.
I know, it's right beside the camera. The camera is right there. And I was walking down with my tree stand because I was up on top up there. And we couldn't find the sign we was looking for. We got some bodies coming back. Bodies coming back down this there's like a little logging road right here.
Gunshots in that deer?
Hold on. No. I mean, who's gonna shoot them back here?
Well, they would shoot him.
I mean, we're way back in
I
here.
wonder what killed him. EHD. I mean, it is summer.
Yeah, we might.
Possibility.
There's the truth. But we was gonna set up on this logging road, and he said, "Let me get down here and check this camera before you put your tree stand up." And I walked. You can see my tree stand right there. I walked to there, and he's sitting on that camera, and I said, "Brett, deer we're hunting's dead. I can't believe that. All right, guys, we're going to assess, see what we need to do here. I'm not sure if we need to turn this deer in or I don't know. So we'll see. It can't be more than a few days this deer's been dead, or a day, because the vultures haven't been on him or anything. We're going to flip him over and see if we can assess anything on him. We'll get back with you. All right, guys, made it down here where we originally caught that 16 pointer. We never really made up a name for him yet. What'd you do, call him Picket Fence?
Yep.
So Picket Fence is his name. We went through, checked 2 of the cameras we had down this lower side. One of the cameras stopped working. Actually, both of them stopped working, unfortunately. So we're on this bedding area. We got a couple bucks that look like it showed up on this camera. And we're gonna work our way back up through this area and back with you.
One picture of him. He was still alive on 8.
All right, guys, it's the evening after. We did get a hold of game warden after we left the woods there and told him what we found. He said he's gonna mail out a tag to us, so we'll be able to get a tag for that deer that we end up finding. I mean, it's a giant bummer. No one wants to go out there and spend the time like we have and find him like that. That is never, it really sucks, to be honest. We do have another deer out there that we was interested in, but he hasn't showed up in the last 2 times, maybe the last 3 weeks on camera, so we're thinking he might be out there laying too. I mean, there's been a lot of reports of EHD. We're not sure if that's what happened to him, but there wasn't any holes in that deer. It didn't seem anything wrong with him. I mean, the coyotes haven't got to him. Looked like he went up there and laid down in a bed beside that camera and passed away, but there wasn't a struggle or anything. It was really crazy. I was just up on top of the hill working my way down trying to find a place to put my tree stand in one of them trees and find the right wind and try to find a place where I could see the furthest, because he was skirting all them cameras on the top up there. We had a good idea that he was using that area, but we just didn't have the photo proof of it. And that just goes to show, just because his picture ain't up there don't mean he's not walking through there. He can miss a camera by 5 feet. You just never know. You got to get in the woods and see. I mean, we're fortunate enough that we didn't go out there and spend any more time trying to hunt a ghost. Brett's in the process right now of getting a European mount done to him, and I think he put some tape on him today, and he ended up coming up to around 166, give or take an eighth or a quarter. But that's a really good public land deer. It sucks we couldn't go out there and hunt him down, but it's also good that we're not out there trying to hunt something that's not alive. Now we can put some more focus in maybe a different parcel of public, because I'm assuming that if we found him, probably some other deer that we have out there might end up having the same fate as him. So we got our private pieces are really, they got some good deer on them. We'll focus on them a little bit, but we're gonna go out to some of these other areas we know in public and try to set up some cameras, find another deer, see if we get in a different area. I mean, it seems like it's hit and miss with the EHD stuff. Seeing a lot of it right now. Like, the game warden said there was 10 reports that day when we called him. So it really sucks when that stuff happens. I mean, you can't get away from it. It's part of nature, but you just have to keep moving on, and we'll try to get on one of them other public parcels and try to find something out there. It's always a bummer when this happens. But you guys just stick with us, and we'll keep moving forward, and I'll end up posting some of the pictures we had. We did pick Picket Fence up on the 8th. When we got down the bottom and started looking at the cameras, he was still alive on September 8th, and we was out there September 15th. So, and the way his body was, he wasn't decomposed at all. Nothing was wrong. I mean, he could only been there for a day or so. Especially it's been high 80s during the day, getting cool in the evening. He didn't really smell, so he wasn't laying there that long. We did end up getting a trail camera picture of him, so we knew he was within a week of there. And now we got there and searched the area and see if any of them other deer are still alive. Not, we'll end up trying to find them. We'll get back at it, and you guys stick with us, and we'll try to bring you guys some more content. This sucks. This is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Now we have to start back over and try to get on something different, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching.